All right, yo, look, we back. So, well, how I'm gonna do it is we just gonna stand right here on the lane. I was gonna walk, we was gonna roll around the hood real quick, but it's a little bit more complicated than walking because like the way I'm streaming, I got to hold the camera, got to pull the multimedia cart, and so it's a little bit hard for one person to pull the multimedia cart and hold the camera at the same time right there, because I just tried to do it myself. I'm like, yeah, that joint definitely, it's hard because you gotta hold the cart with one hand, camera with the other hand. It's crazy. Then the cart want to keep rolling and all that. So shout out to Minister Zay traveling with that cart, man. That joint definitely, I understand, and trying to stream too. Bro at it got to feed the eye. But we in the hood, man. I wanted to come to the neighborhood that I grew up in. Right now, we on what they call the lane. If anybody from Upper Darby, right, Joe, they know the lane. This the hot spot. It's like if you coming through Upper Darby, you gotta travel through this area right here, right? And as a kid, this is like where we spent the most. This was the meetup time. This when you came outside and you ain't know what to do. You like, I'm gonna go in the lane, see who out there, like, cause you know people from the hood gonna be walking through this block. They gonna come through. We got Lucky's right here. Lucky's been on this block since I was a baby. Since I first moved in the county, Lucky been on this block, man. Always been the same. She a nice, sweet lady. And you got the laundromat at the next stop. That used to be the Salvation Army. I used to work there when I was a kid. That's how I learned how to dress, from the thrift store. You know what I'm saying? And then you got I don't know if anybody from Upper Darby had been a little minute, but the Gandhi store, that was the hot spot. You remember that, Joe? The Gandhi store? You was young for that. You was too young for the Gandhi store, yeah. So the Gandhi store was that Indian store in the middle of the block next door to the Chinese food store. They closed though. And then there used to be DNC's. Was you around for DNC's? Yeah, that was the pizza shop. That was where all the weed people used to come to sell their weed. That's where you used to go after you smoked a whole bunch of weed and you high with the munchies. We would come on the lane and go to the Gandhi store. Shout out to the weed days. I'm glad all that stuff behind us, man. We ain't doing nothing like that no more, you know. We was wasting a lot of time when we was young boys, but you know, at least we got to have that moment. God kept his hand on us back then, because a lot of people ain't make it out of that era. Some people still locked in it, but yeah, this was good times, man. I grew up out here. And I reflect a lot every time I come in this neighborhood. My mom don't live out here no more. I don't got no family that live out here no more. But sometimes I just come to this neighborhood just because I grew up out here, and I come out here and I can reflect a lot on my past and my youth when I was a youngin'. And some of the things I took for granted, some of the things that I wish I would have overcame sooner. You know what I'm saying? You know, so basically, I like coming out here just to do that. Sometimes I come sit at the park that I grew and remember shooting ball at, and I just look like, man, I was a kid. My mindset was different. I was in a different headspace. I was wearing basketball shorts all day. I wasn't worrying about nothing, you know what I mean? And I don't take that for granted. I'm glad that I had those moments. I met a lot of interesting people. I cultivated my craft, you know what I mean? And for the most part, I kept my head on straight as a youngin', man. So I'm glad that I had the opportunity to do that, man. What I wanted to do was I wanted to come to the hood and see if I could find anybody that you know, I used to know, or you know, just some new people, new folks in the neighborhood that like music, and see if I could get them to subscribe to my email list. You know what I mean? Because I got an album about to drop. It's all done, all finished up. It's about to be super lit. I got a crazy rollout strategy. Y'all gonna love it. I think the music on it is dope. I took a lot of time and reflect on my life. I reflect on the things that I was going on, and I really wrote from the soul. Like, I really wrote the stuff. The songs that I wrote, it didn't come from a place in my heart. This lady almost got into an accident with the bus. I don't know if y'all just seen that. But the place in my heart that I wrote this stuff from, I wrote it from an elevated conscience. I wrote it from growth, from me growing from where I was to where I'm at now in my mindset. And I feel like that took a major effect on the way I was able to attack my writing process with this music. Not only did I put 110% into my literary works with this project, but I also created some of the best music I ever created that I can say genuinely, I feel like this is my best body of work musically that I've done sonically, far as like just the bass lines that I've been coming up with, far as, you know, some of the drum patterns I was able to come up with. God blessed me with a few new tools, so I just got an MPC not too long ago. So I was able to implement that into my project with the beats. I got new sounds, I got some new pianos that I was able to utilize, and I always liked sounds and searched for sounds as a producer when I was a youngin'. So, you know, to be able to be at a point now where I got sounds and stuff like that, and just to mesh with and play with, I'm so thankful. Thank you, God, that you give me these things to create. So I will always give my gift back to God. So I kept reverence to my Father who brought me through these paths that I've been through. And I just put it all into my music, man. It's just so, there's just a bunch of emotion. I thought about my daughters. I thought about my family. I thought about the people I love. And I just touched on it in a unique way that I could. And so I'm real proud to put it out there and just kind of like see how people gravitate towards it, see if people like it as much as I like it, if people have as much fun listening to it as I had creating it, as they would say. So I'm interested. I can't wait for that. And my rollout strategy is crazy. So, you know, it's going down. So, you know, we just putting the finishing touches on it, tuning it up, and so I can deliver this to you. And the experience is going to be crazy, and I'm not just keeping it to myself. I'm going to experience this with some other artists that I deal with, some other artists that I think is just like definitely ready and definitely on the same wave as me. They coming with me. So with with the introduce of this album that I'm doing, I'm also putting together a tri-state tour, and it's going to be amazing. So y'all remember when I did the Super Chink tour? And we went to New York, we went to Delaware, we went to New Jersey, and we went to like the different open mic joints or whatever. So this following up Super Chink tour, I'm not gonna call it the Super Chink tour because what I realized is that the word chink is like racially offensive, and I wasn't thinking of that back then. I was just thinking of like when you say chinky, like, oh, that's like chinky, like, you know, kind of like ha. You know, I wasn't thinking about it like racist. I was just thinking about like a high tour. But as I'm looking at it, I'm like, dang, to promote the word chink is also racially offensive to some people. So I don't want to call it the Super Chink again. So I came up with a total different name for this next tour. But it's basically the version 2 of what I just did. But this time I'm bringing 10 people along with me. So when y'all come, it's not just going to be me. I'm filling in the gaps with some other dope, amazing talent, with some dope, amazing acts. Y'all gonna love their projects too. A lot of their songs impress me. I'll be like, woo, I can't wait till I get that good. So, you know, if y'all like my stuff, then y'all gonna love their stuff. And if y'all love my stuff, then woo, you gonna love their stuff. So, you know, it's gonna be a problem. We in the rehearsal phase right now. You know what I'm saying? So everything is gonna be super dope. And get this. If you can't come to New York with us, it's all good. Cause see how you here with me right now? We gonna be on live stream just like this at the shows. So you're gonna get to meet me. You're gonna be able to introduce your friends to me, and I'm gonna be able to introduce my friends to you and the rest of your friends right here live on the Diff World Network. So it's gonna be amazing. It's going down. I need y'all to rock with your boy, because it's going to be a good time. So if you into multimedia, if you like good music, if you're interested in following our story, make sure you you support us. You can go to diffworld.com / support the stream. Feel me? That's going donations to anything, to what we got going on. If you feel so inclined, be fruitful, be fruitful. That's what the Bible say. And then listen. And if you need music or anything like that, because I got some extra stuff that we was working on, is go to diffworld.com/shop, and you can check out some of the beats. I'm going to put a whole bunch of. There's a little bit of stuff on there now, but just in a second, once I get all the clearance, I'm gonna flood that joint with a whole bunch of beats. So just get ready, keep your head out for that. And then the next thing, check out our blog post. So if you just go to diffworld.com/blog, and then and I'm updating that joint every week, man. I love to write. So in my free time before I go to bed or whatever, I'm always writing and reflecting on the day and reflecting on the week. Make sure y'all tap in if you haven't already, and sign up on my email list. That's everything I got to say. How it sound, Joe? Sound good? Anything else I should say to the people? Woosah? Woosah. All right, y'all. Good luck. Nib says bye. And we stop this part. Let me see. Just finish. Close off the camera.